So one of the biggest projects I've worked on the Chunkcrafters server is my Archery Minigame. This is how it works. Hit the start button, the pistons allow you to then fire. You've got to try and shoot as many of the minecarts which randomly appear to get points. Every time you hit a minecart, the scoreboard along the top lights up. You also get the sound feedback until the game is over. You've got, I believe, 20 seconds or 30 seconds to play the game, and then the game will finish. You can hear there's the heartbeat sound effect and also the audio feedback every time you hit one of the minecarts. When you finish the game, all you need to do is make sure all the minecarts have been shot. You can look and count your score. So that time I got 7 out of 10, and hit the reset button and the score will be reset, ready for the next go. I don't plan to do a tutorial on how to build this, but I will show you all the bits behind the scenes. To initiate the game, you obviously press the start button. That will send the signal down below where the redstone wire travels all the way, very far to this timer. Now this timer I will be showing in another video. It's not my design, it's by a person called Xisumavoid, but that has enough objects in it to make sure that it lasts, I believe, for 20 seconds, but I'd have to double check that. So when the timer is activated, that'll push this piston out, which allows the signal to go through the pulse shortener that I'm standing on, and then around through this repeater clock. And it's timed to give 10 pulses to this, which is actually a randomizer. You can see you've got a non-stackable block and a stackable block. Now the dispenser will randomly dispense one of those. Depending on the object, it will send us different strength signal. You've got the longer signal and a shorter signal. That will then send it to another randomizer, which then sends the signal randomly you've got 4 different options up to the different minecart dispensers. Let's go have a look at those now. The minecart dispensers are essentially a dispenser with a minecart inside it and a hopper that leads directly back into it. If you set the rail in a way, the minecart will get dispensed, and then as you shoot it, it just gets recycled. So here we've got the scoreboard. I'm going to show you now how the scoreboard is activated. Every time the minecart is shot, it enters the hopper, which sends a signal out using the comparator. They all travel to the same place up there. Now once you get here, it all looks very confusing, but the signal from those hoppers when the minecart's been shot will join along this line. Obviously the repeaters stop it going back that way, and ahead of us there comes up this cobblestone, and it will hit here. Now this goes directly into the scoreboard. This scoreboard isn't my design, I have tweaked it, and I'll put a link in the description to the creator of this. Essentially what it is the redstone along the top is powered. You've got one item, you might have seen the chicken in there. When there's a input to the scoreboard, the chicken is allowed to move one hopper along. That allows the timer along the top to move as well. Now the reset system essentially switches off that redstone which was on top of the hoppers, which was locking that piece of the chicken. That allows the chicken to go all the way to the beginning. So the reset button, the signal travels along here, up into this part, which would usually go back into the scoring system. You can see here you've got a T flip-flop with a redstone block, so at the moment it's all activated. That chicken is going to stay in a single hopper where it's locked in its place. As the signal comes through to reset it, this is all turned off using that T flip-flop. The chicken will go all the way along here, and then as it reaches this hopper, it sends a signal back out, which activates the T flip-flop again, setting it back to its normal situation. Now I also wanted feedback every time you hit the minecarts, so that piece of redstone, when you've hit the minecart, will feed all the way back down here, and that simply goes to these music blocks, so you get a nice tune every time you get the shot on target. So you'll also hear a heartbeat system, which I wanted to go for the whole duration of the game, and also I wanted something to keep count of when the piston should be firing to stop you or to stop the game from working the glass. So there you can see the music blocks. This is another counter which runs exactly the same as the previous counter for the randomizers. You can see the bits moving back and forward in the hoppers. You've got a different type of clock here, but again it's just a repeater clock. So that will keep on pulsing. When the timer's up, it stops it and the game will finish, and the pistons up here with the glass will lock again. So there you go. I hope that's helped. Bit confusing, but I will be doing some tutorials on parts of it.